Hello YouTube, this is Ravenwood, take 2. I started on my little project here of 1990 XJ. I'm starting to do a little bit more work to it. First thing I'm going to do, what I'm doing today is using this delete AC compressor. Background's just going out in mine, and let me get you over here and show you a little bit about it. So I ordered the pulley. It was for a 1990 1 and above what it said. And I got you a little too close here. So I hadn't paid much attention. My AC compressor has 2 horizontal bolts holding it on. The delete is made for a 1991 to 95 4-hole through the top AC compressor. So I got this, I'm retrofitting, as you say, or jerry rigging. I was going to take and cut all this off and drill and tap and mount, and it would have just been so much headache trying to do all that stuff. So anyway, I went to the junkyard and got a bracket. It's like off of 97 or 2003. It looked good except for one thing. It didn't have the mount for that tensioner. The idler pulley. I'm gonna put the old pulley on it. I have a new one coming, but it hasn't got here yet, and I don't want to be without an extra vehicle. So I started putting all the stuff on this one to see how everything's gonna line up. First thing that I took a straight edge and measured it out. According to the other one, it was close, and right there on the new one, it rubbed this little bracket. The boss it on this bracket. The other one was trimmed down a little bit more. So I got that on. So now I'm gonna put the idler pulley on it and put the delete pulley, bolt it down, see how it's gonna do. It looks like it's got a spacer in there. They're going behind that to extend it out a little bit, and I think we're gonna have to use it. I heard about this from Cherokee A on his channel, so I watched a little bit how he put it on and all. But one thing about the bolts, they sent the bolts that are way long, and they will go through that piece, but they'll bottom out here. So I took and screwed them in. I measured and screwed them in this, and they all stick all the way through. This open holes there, 2 are closed. So I marked them, sawed them off, hit them with a file, straightened the thread out a little bit, screwed them back out. So I got those ready to go. I like the shouldered bolts. I had one. I can't find my nuts and bolts that from when I moved there in some box, jumped someplace. But I'm gonna next time in the junkyard, I'm gonna grab some more. But I have to put washers on those, so I'll put it on. So we're gonna get started, see what we can do, and I'm gonna get set up here. Hopefully you can see okay, and hopefully my video is gonna start being a lot better. I've been watching how to edit, and when I get the editing done, it'll be a lot better. Oh, still there? Okay. I measured the bolt holes that mount to the head and the engine block. All those seem to be the same distance from here to the bolt holes on each one, so all that should line up. This, I believe, it's a 15 millimeter. Let me grab a ring. being a redneck, I have my tools in the tool bucket. Yeah, it looks like it's going to do nicely on this one. Redneck got the 3 grunt torque on it. Okay. Let's take the delete pulley. It takes a 1/2 inch or a 13mm. Yeah, metric bolt, let's just say 13mm. When you cut your bolts, you want to leave them long enough. You have about 1 inch of thread penetration aluminum. You want to get as much bolt down in there, but you don't want it to be too long to bottom out. Actually, right now I'm gonna have to put the extender. Take 3. I'm gonna have to put the shim in behind this pulley here. So if we mock it up, we'll give a little bit of a torque on it. Then I'll take it back loose when we get out there on the vehicle. It looks like it's going to be rolling close. I'd worried for a minute that I was going to have to put a shim in behind the water pump, but it does look like it's going to make it okay. See the wear. Yeah, that wear looks good. Alright, the camera a little bit too high. Yep. I'll put that little shim on that delete pulley. Yeah, looks like it might be a 15 too. Bingo. Good almighty. This thing backwards thread. No, it's standard thread. I don't have an impact. Well, I have an impact, but it takes too long for that compressor to start. And it's going to be. I tell you the truth, my impact's locked up somewhere. So we're going to take the hammer wrench method. Learn that working in the mine. See? Hammer, wrench. Hammer wrench. Works pretty good. Done. You know what? I think it's still going to be too short. What I do is say, screw it and take the rest of the day off and take it easy, relax. So you might even get a dang little shot of that over there. So far it looks pretty good. And if we have time, that's my throttle body gasket. My Jeep was idling real high and screaming like a banshee. So yep, it's gonna be okay. Alright, now we're gonna have the fun part come up here just in a minute. So we got all this done. I'm gonna torque this. I'm gonna leave those loose. That's torqued. And Got that, cause it's gonna be hard to put that on with both these pulleys in. I'm gonna leave this off so I can reach in there and get to the fan, torque the fan bolts down. Uh, all right, well I'm gonna sign off on this. Hopefully that by the time I get this video published, that I'll know more about the editing. But I seem to be learning a little bit. That way, I cut out a lot of less happy stuff, and and just move from point to point with not a lot of that boring crap that goes on in the middle of it. So let me get this crap, and we'll start the camera back up once we get out. Hello YouTube, this is Ravenwood, back out here on this 90 Jeep XJ. Putting that delete pulley in, and the new fan mount, and a air conditioner bracket. So let's get started on it. And hopefully this will go pretty smoothly. The camera set up over there. You can see a little bit of my hood prop. That's the only place I can put it to get the right angle, so everybody can be able to see what I'm going for. When I took it out, I put the bolts back into the put the bolts back in the hole. Make it a little bit easier to find. When I was younger, I never did that, but when I got older, it seemed to be a lot easier on you. And you won't believe the mosquitoes that's out here flying around. This one. That's the hard to get to one too. Yeah, the way I work on everything, I always say a prayer before I start, and it helps. I'm gonna try to get one bolt started on top to hold it, and I'll get it on that. Put that bolt on the bottom, bring that long bolt through it, and get the nut on it. I thought I was gonna get started. Appears that all that screwing I did was not. I got it about that time. Alright, let's see if this puppy gonna line up. Oh, joy, we got it. Yeah, am I getting in the way? Or can y'all see this crap? Let me aim it down just a little bit. Oh, I can see it right there. That's pretty good there. Oh, okay. Let's get back at it. But can y'all see over my shoulder? One thing you don't want to do. One thing you want to do is get all your bolts started before you start tightening them. That way you make sure the holes are properly lined up. Because if you put one in and tighten it, it might not be aligned correctly. So you ever had this Jeep before and worked on it, had just regular bolts holding the bracket on? When I was at the junkyard, I got the proper bolts to go back in it. I thought they had great pipes in them. I got one back down here. It's pretty much most of them's gonna be. It's not gonna be that bad. Get a ratchet on, except for that one. Oh crap! And like I said earlier, it kind of sucks doing that crap outside. I'm in a little barn lot in this parking spot for this particular Jeep, and I have a little shade tree right there. But eventually I'm gonna raise the top up about 4 more foot and make it 4 foot wider. The people that built this barn, it's like kind of like, I reckon they kept the car on each side. One side's closed and the other side's open, and 3/4 open. Got some lattice on the 1/4 side of it, but it's tight on. You can get in on one side and not hard on the other. So I'd like a lot more room. So I'm gonna raise it and widen it, and that'll make it a lot easier on me. Probably taking forever. Righty. One thing I like to do is snug them up before I torque them too. That way you make sure that you can make sure it's all flush. You know, so if you tighten down this aluminum, it's got a little obstruction underneath it, or it's not quite exactly level, you can pop it real easily. You know, most of y'all know that mechanic is half wheel too. You can't see everything. Sometimes you gotta feel for those lower bolts. Alright, I got those 3 that mount to the engine. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and tighten them down. And of course, that one you have to use a wrench on. Puppy's torque, redneck torque, and they had the one horizontal bolt on the bottom. Alright, I was hoping to get about a hold of it. I have to get on the back side with a wrench, but that's not going to work, so maybe I'll get in the way here. Yeah, that sucks too. Let's see if I can do it this way. I can see the freaking thing down there. It's kind of behind that flange for the behind the flange for the water pump. This one takes short stroke. Let's try this. move on and put the fan on. I got lucky, my fan clutch, all that was still good. So, oh shoot, about screwed up. Let's put the pulley on first, then put the fan on. I guess I'll put that dang pulley on before you know another thing. Pull that belt over this way. It'll be alright, it don't have to go around it, you know. So here it goes down. Yeah, it does go around the fan. We'll figure that crap out in a minute, y'all. Let's do this first. Make sure there's nothing on the that's going to obstruct your getting a good tight. And be careful. I poked holes in radiators doing this before. If I have to, I'll take the that pulley back off. I'm hoping I don't have to. Alright, we're in. Another point of getting my puppy lined up. Alright, that was a miracle. Can y'all see that? She went right in there. And since I didn't start on the video out here with y'all here, right, pretty much most of y'all gonna know disconnect the ground cable before you start. And anytime you work, and make sure the keys aren't on it, because it'd be a bad thing for somebody to come out and crank it up, or you arc out arc something out and cause it to turn over. You don't want to get ground up. And I had put a starter and the alternator on it this last week. I have more parts coming. It kind of feels like it's dragging on something. I might get up in there. I just beat it. Got a little weight on it, got it caught, dragging the. Let's see if we get that pulley pulled all the way back down. Or just look at that new bearings went out already. I mean, that new piece had a bad bearing. Alright, I'm going to cut the camera off for a little bit, and I don't want to bore y'all. I'm trying to figure this out. See, I don't know. Okay, YouTube, I didn't bore you. I had to go get some spacers. Alright, it turned out that the fan pulley, when I put the fan on, was dragging onto the engine on a bracket for the alternator. So I had to run to the routers and get 4 5/16 grade 8 flat washers. I went in behind it and spaced it up. Got it where I need it. I wound it over once, but I haven't cranked it, so let's crank it up, see what it'll do. And I have a new alternator, so we're gonna see what's that. The alternator new starter works wonders. Alright, it seems to be running through. I still have that little squeak, which that squeak may be that little idler right there. And there's the AC delete folder. It's working fine. So we have new battery. Battery's run out, so we have new battery, new alternator, and let's see how much more I can get. Belts are running fine. The AC's gone. I'm gonna try to get in here to show you what the amps, what the voltmeter's saying. That's voltmeters. It's showing. I don't believe my voltmeter's working too well, but YouTube, I'm gonna have to cut this video off before the camera dies again. I'm gonna have to edit a bunch of it together.